Hello everyone, Mighty Benaya here, and I am actually going to watch through a video that King Owen sent to me and do a little bit of commenting on it. He said, well actually let's just watch through this and we'll talk about what's going on here. So King Owen sent me this file and apparently there was is this even possible without gold marks? So day 5 and there are 16 cavalry and 17 armored cars. This is coming from Reddit, so this is King Owen that streamed this. I'm not moving any cursors or anything, so I'm just reacting as I'm watching. And a lot of people were saying that it was gold marks, that it wasn't possible at all, and so he decided that he was going to prove them wrong. And here's what I will say. Before we get started, by yourself, if you are the only individual, and you can read what he's showing, if you're by yourself, the resources that you personally can put together, this is not possible. If you were on a team game, a 5x5, 5 versus 5, it's absolutely possible for one person to have this much. And that's kind of what he's going to show in a 500 game, which I think this is what it is. It's a lot more possible to actually do this because you aren't the only person generating resources, right? There are 500 different players generating resources. You can play the market, you can use the trading functions, and you can get a lot more resources so that you can build all of these. King Owen is a very experienced, very intelligent player. And so you need to understand what he is going to show you through the course of this video is how some of the top players go about early or even late game, but especially early game, building up their armies. We are going to see a few things here that I'm not, the biggest fan of, but it is a decent way to play the game. It is, whoa. Hold on. I don't know how. I don't know why it is fast forwarding. So give me just a moment. Let's escape. Whew. All right, a few technical difficulties here. Let's see. Okay. So this is day 1, and what is he doing on day 1? Let's go back to full screen mode. Okay, on day 1, he is going through the market. So he is buying a bunch of wood for low price, and he is selling it for 8.2, right? He's buying oil for 7.8 and selling it for 8.2. So he's making money just by playing the stock market. And the way that you do that, if you look over at, well, we'll look at that later. He has level 2 workshops and he is building armored cars already. He has 6,000 iron and he's doing that primarily by, okay, so let's pause here. Because I need to actually tell you what he's doing. So the first thing that he did was he added in the market, he said, hey, I'm going to buy oil, I'm going to buy wood, I'm going to buy steel, whatever, for whatever the lowest amount. He wanted to be the top bid, but you want to buy for lower than you're selling. And then he said at the same time, I'm going to sell to make silver so that he can buy a lot more later. And as you can see by his resources, he's got 30,000 wood. This is day 1, and you can make a lot of resources just by playing the market. The other thing he is doing is he is talking with other people on the map, and I think this is called monking. This is something that I don't personally do, but if you're a new player, this is something to watch out for. What he is doing is he's saying, I joined the wrong map, I don't want to play, I'm leaving, take my resources. If you're a new player, the way that the diplomacy looks, it looks like he is giving you resources. But what he's really saying is, hey, you give me 5,000 and I will give you right of way. So he is gaining resources for free by telling people that he's leaving the map, and he wants to give them resources. So you need to pay attention to your resource game, your diplomacy game, so you know, and it looks like he's done this with everybody on the map. So let's say for a moment there are 500 players on a map, right? If you get 1% of them to give you 5,000 of each resource, that's 25,000 of each resource, and that's 1%. So he might be targeting new players. He's got a lot of users on here, right? He might be going to every single individual. So if you're playing on a 500 map, this is a tactic that a lot of the higher level players will use. So watch out for it. Don't fall victim to this. I don't typically do this, but this is something that he has done to increase his resources to show that this is something that is feasible. So I'm going to fast forward just a little bit because he's just showing. Okay, so here's. Okay, so we're going to the newspaper. Can we make a pact? You're fooling yourself with this guy. I'm not exactly sure what he's showing here. The new name of scammer is Unlucky Killer. Scammer who's challenged. Invisible Noob of Jillian. Okay, so he is found out, but a lot of times people don't read the newspaper, right? So just because you're being called out in the newspaper doesn't mean that that it's not going to work. He's going to diplomacy, seeing what. Oh, he's got a lot of trade offers accepted. See, this is West Punjab gave him a lot, a lot. So you can see the effectiveness. It wasn't fully effective. There were people that said no, but he did actually accomplish something with that. So he's got a significant amount of resources. We're day 2, and he's got 41,000 iron and 36,000 wood. And this is without gold marks. He is moving down. It looks like he's taking a province down here. He's still got a lot of trades accepted since the prior day. I did see that there was a location that revolted. He's captured a couple of provinces, so he's working his way down. He is scrolling through his trades. Some of them are refused, but some of them are accepted. And he's using that to fund, and I'm sure he'll show here in a minute, but if you remember yesterday when we were looking through every single one of his provinces, he was building armored cars like crazy. He was building an armored car in every single location, and he can afford to do so because look at his resources. He's got 326,000 silver from his work on the stock market and his work with diplomacy. He's got 40,000 iron and 36,000 wood and 28,000 oil. So there's no reason he shouldn't be able to create at least 20 cars right now, right? If he had 20 provinces to generate 20 cars, he could have 20 cars by day 3. I don't remember exactly what the number was, but oh yeah, here's his trades. Okay, so here's what he's doing. He's buying for 7.8. He's got a buy order for 7.8 out, and I'm sure he's selling for a higher price than 7.8. He may just be buying grain right now though, because grain prices will go up. Wheat prices will go up as the game progresses. So he is selling. So let's see. Looking at fish, he's got. I don't usually use this version, so I'm trying to figure it out. But he's okay. So he's buying for 8.3, and he's selling for probably 13.9. I think is what I'm seeing. right? And he's going through each of the individual resources and playing the market this way, right? So buy low, set your buy values for low, set your sell values for high. You can make a lot of silver, and then when you decide, hey, okay, so here's what he's doing. He's buying up all of the iron because see, he's up to 51,000. He's bought 11,000 iron because he has the money to do it, right? And yeah, now he can build more cars with that. So what he's probably going to do next is do the same thing with oil. Actually, no. He can right now. So a little while ago it was at 20 armored cars. Now he can build 25 armored cars without any issue whatsoever. Uh, so let's keep looking and see what he does. I was working with grain. So grain you need specifically for barracks, and you need grain for um, cavalry, right? You need fish for cavalry, you need grain for cavalry, and you need grain for barracks. He placed an order, so he placed a buy order for um, for iron. So there are two different ways that you can play the market. You can play the market actively, which is actually clicking on orders and buying stuff, or you can play it passively. Most of what I like to do is play it passively. I'll set buy orders, I'll set sell orders, and I'll let other players do it actively. Sometimes, though, it's good to look for deals and play actively. And right now he's buying a lot of wood, right? And he is going to sell lumber for a higher price. And this is, it looks like this is a passive. Yeah, add, sell, offer. So he just bought it for 15. I wasn't paying attention what he bought it for. But now he's buying oil. So this is, take some time and study this because I'm watching him go through pretty fast and I'm not pausing it. Take some time to watch how he's playing the market, how he's adding sell offers, how he's adding buy offers. So he's selling 1,500 for 6.1. So he's like buying it for 5 and selling it for 6.1. And that will make him silver. And he actually has more of each of his resources than we even see because a lot of it is in the market, right? I'm going to fast forward a little bit because a lot of this is the same thing. But let's go. Okay, so here is where his production is. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 armored cars. Oh, I need to play. 6 armored cars in production right now. 3 of them are about to finish. Oh, here's 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 armored cars in production. And several of them are already about to finish. So he's already got a lot of armored cars on day 2 ready to go. It is just barely day 2, I think. I'm looking for... Yeah, he's got all of his troops taking territory. He's pushing in. He is at war, and look, Holstein, that's 50,000 troops. That's 50 troops that are down because he stacks his troops up, right? So here's his troops. He stacks his up in big stacks. Big stacks are what are going to help you push through. So that 4 doesn't stand a chance. The administrators permanently banned one user. I'm not sure what was applicable about that, but somebody was banned. But now, look at all the armored cars he's got. He's already got 9 down below. He's got, 13? 14. He's got 14 armored cars on day 3. And a lot of them are headed down to his stack so that he can bull rush individuals that he's at war with. He captured a couple provinces. He's messaging with, I'm assuming, is an ally. He did get a trade offer. That is not a great trade offer. I don't know who posted that. And then as we go on, he's got, 2 to 10 casualties So he lost 2, and his enemy lost 10. So he's got 14 armored cars. Armored cars are really, really helpful early because they boost your both your attack because they're unique unit types, and they really boost your defense. But they also boost your health. They're real tanky. Okay, so he's got sell orders for 20, and he's sold a bunch for about 20. He's bought coal for up to 3.5, and he's bought for 19. Okay, so there's the thing with the iron. He bought for 19 and he sold for 20. That's how you play the market. Is you add buy orders for a little bit lower, and then you add a sell order, and you do that passively. If you see something that is actively, right, like you can buy and you know that it's a good price because of what the game's been doing, then you can get a lot further. I will say it is a lot easier to play the market on a 500 game than it is on a 100 game or anything smaller than that, right? Because you've got 499 people, potentially, 498 in this circumstance because one got banned, but you've got a lot of people to buy from, and everybody has different needs, and this is how look at his resources, right? This is not counting anything that he has tied up in the market. Oh, he's already got cavalry going. That's right. So we saw yesterday he had armored cars going. Now he's building the cavalry, ready for day 5. And he's got 11,000 wheat. He's got 41,000 fish. He's got 34,000 iron and 28,000 wood and 16,000 oil. He has more than enough to build every unit that he needs. And part of that came from playing the market, and part of that came from alleged scamming. I'll say it that way. He's still getting trade offers accepted, though. Yeah, he's still getting trade offers accepted from people in different parts of the game, where they're just giving him money. He's got a lot of. This is day 4. Okay, so 3-day non-aggression pact. We're gonna challenge. If you want, okay. So he is working with Posen, Danzig. He's got a 3-day non-aggression pact. He is capturing provinces from Pomerania. He is just absolutely going ham on units. And he's able to push like nobody's business, right? Oh, he's highlighting for us what he's got. All right, so he's got 36 infantry, 19 armored cars, and 7 cavalry as of right now. And he's got 4 cav, 1 car, 5 cav, 6 cav, 7, 8 cav, 9, 10, 11 cav, and 1 car on the way. And he's got a couple forts, but mostly he's building workshops and he's building unit production. All right, so let's fast forward a little bit more, because he's just showing here. Actually, I'll just let it play through, but he's showing through what his trades are, right? So he's selling, he's selling at 8, which I feel like is a little low, but he's probably buying at 7.2 or something. So it's not like he's making a huge dividend, but every little bit it adds up real fast. He's got barracks in most of his provinces. So this is day 4, I think. His morale is high by this point, so he is pumping out troops. He's queuing up a couple more cav for us to see. And the cav will be done in a day, right? There's more cavalry. And then we're going to diplomacy. He does have shared map with a couple of individuals. Belgium he is at peace with. I don't know why he's highlighting Belgium. We haven't looked at Belgium yet. But yeah, there's no way that those troops the Pomeranian troops can handle what he's throwing at them. The 36 troops that he's throwing at them, there's no way that they can handle it. Yeah, he lost 7 troops and he's killed 39. Is he going after Avernus next? Pomerania. 14,000 Posen. Okay, so Posen is also at war. Oh, everybody's declaring war on him. Because he's so powerful, right? Where is it? He's currently ranked 12th, and he's by himself. Which kind of tells you, like, there's probably some gold markers on this map, but he's highly ranked within the first few days. So, it is possible to have a crazy stack like that. Okay, he's adding buildings to the queue. He's not using gold mark. He's waiting until it's done. Queues are really, really helpful. I highly recommend, especially if you're on mobile, watching the ads not for the gold mark, but for the premium, because the premium lets you use queues, and queues are so helpful. The other thing that lets you do is it lets you set ranged units, so like artillery. It lets you change what their firing type is. So like if they are on fire at will or defensive or like don't fire on something unless I give you the order to, that type of thing. So still playing the market, and I'll let you kind of figure this out as it goes. Let's fast forward a little bit to, I don't know what he's doing here, so I'll look. Okay, coalitions. There are lots of coalitions. Oh, I think this is the next day. I might have skipped past the next day change. So he's got tons of cav. Oh, he's got them all queued. So as soon as they change, he's got them queued for another one to populate. So he can keep building cavalry, and he's got enough resources to do it. He's got enough to build a bunch. Okay, here's the day 5, final update. 0 gold mark spent, and he's got 16 cav, 20 armored cars, and 25 infantry. With high morale, too. They're not, like, beaten up infantry. And then he's got a bunch of infantry down here. There's another 33 infantry over there. So what he was doing is he was proving that it's not only possible without gold mark. He was showing how to do it. And it's playing the market, and it's picking enemies. Usually I wouldn't suggest monking somebody who is right next to you, because they might suicide into you. And he worked with his neighbor, with Posen. Worked pretty closely with them. So pick your enemies, figure out who you can work with and who you can work against, and then find ways to get a ton of resources. And you could theoretically do this too. Anyone can do this. It is feasible for anyone to accomplish this. Don't get had. Make sure to play the market well, because he's getting the resources from the market partially, and he's getting them partially. Okay, he's turning all of his barracks off to save grain. Now he looks like he's moving to gain more grain. So probably what he's doing, and this is a good thing to know to do, is turn off your barracks if they are not building cavalry, or if you don't need infantry, and then turn them back on when you are ready to have infantry populate, when you're ready to have cues for more cavalry. And that way you can boost your grain intake. Challenge complete. So yeah, thank you so much to King Owen. I don't know if I would say that it was easy, but thank you so much to King Owen for showing us all how to accomplish that. I look forward to seeing anybody's responses on this. If you want to reach out to King Owen, then go ahead and join our Discord. I'm going to post the Universe Discord with this video, and I think he's on there. But I encourage you to reach out to him and get some learnings from him or many of the other very competent players, not only in the Universe community, but in the Supremacy community in general. King Owen is just one of many different people who I've learned a ton from in doing this. So I encourage you to reach out, learn more on how to do well without using gold. And then gold is a force multiplier, right? If you are a not great player and you spend a lot of gold, then you become a decent player. If you're a great player and you can do this type of thing without gold, then when you do use gold, you become near unstoppable. So I encourage you to learn and become a better player, learn from people like King Owen, and I hope that my coverage of the video that he sent me is adequate. But that is all that I have for now. Soli Deo Gloria, and I will see you next time.